Hey, reach up there and pull those belts tight. One more time, you're watching the original Rebels Racing League.
Welcome back to Intensity Broadcasting for race number 2 of our truck doubleheader here on Super Bowl Sunday. My name is Josh Hall. You're getting ready for 100 laps here at Iowa in the original Rebels Sunday Night Truck Series. I just realized I have the wrong graphics on the screen, and I'm going to take care of that right now. It's an exciting race in the first one. It's very, very slick Iowa Speedway, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of the same tonight. Currently, Garrett Kinder at the top of the board, and with a slick track like this, we would expect that. We see Tracy Passon's out on track right now, currently third on the speed chart. As we get ready for our race here at Iowa. Let's take a look at our points coming in tonight. Garrett Kinder is your point leader over Aaron Adcock, with Josh Lokenvitz, Tracy Passons, and Josh Oswald making up the top 5. Then Charlie Elmore, Jeff Paisley, and Kyle Roberts both tied for 7th. Spencer Gay and Brandon Wallace round out your top 10. Chuck Feltz back in 11th. Mickey Isaac in 12th. Tia Swank, Cody Boehm, and Charles Stevens make up your top 15. Then Alex Veith, Josh Smith, Tyler Rice, Christian Dedman, and Brett Grunwald round out your top 20 in points as we get closer and closer to the playoffs, as we see the big wiggle out of the 53 of Tracy Passons. And we saw that in the first race. We heard him talking about the bumps here tonight and how tough this track can be and how slick this track can be as well. So we're going to see that tonight all night long as these drivers battle this slick track. We only had 2 cautions in the first race. Both of them were self-spins, and a pretty clean race overall, and I expect much of the same here tonight in the Rebels Truck Series. So we got about 2 minutes before practice goes off here at, qualifying goes off here at Iowa. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. It does mean a lot to us, and we appreciate you joining us here each and every night on Intensity Broadcasting, as we have live iRacing 7 nights a week, although we will only have 6 nights this week, as the Extreme Forces League is taking Monday night off for Valentine's Day. So we still will have our Tuesday night truck doubleheader with the Doghouse League, followed by the SCSRA trucks. Wednesday, SCSRA Xfinity. Thursday night is the Thunderstruck Series. Friday night, Xfinity. Saturday night, Sunday Cup Series. And Sunday night, your truck doubleheader. So again, live iRacing most of the time 7 nights a week, as we see Chuck Pegleg Feltz getting his way around this tricky Iowa track. And unlike the first race we saw, we can see that the sun is down. In the first race, it was during the sunshine. Got a nice glare of the sun coming off of turn number 4, but here tonight, it's going to be in the dark. Not quite as dark as we had in the Xfinity Series a couple nights ago, but the sun has set here at Iowa, and these drivers are getting ready to do battle in the cornfields. Christian Dedman out on track as well. He's currently 2nd on the speed chart, so 2 of the Reaper boys right up at the top of the charts. As we get ready for qualifying here at Iowa. Don't forget to check out the original Rebels Racing League website. You can find that at ORRleague.com for all Original Rebels news, stats. Right there, you can find it in the link below. I left the link in the description. That is ORRleague.com. One of our first drivers to hit the track is going to be the 17 of Josh the Jet Oswald. As Josh Oswald gets ready to take the green flag here at Iowa. We'll see if he chooses to go right down to that yellow line or if he's going to run up a little bit higher. He's going to run down to the low side. We saw earlier that high side can be just as fast. We also saw that the first lap tended to be much quicker than the second lap. So we'll have to see if that trend continues here in the second race, as we were told by Chris McLean, tires make a huge difference here at Iowa. And Josh Oswald kind of running that middle lane here as he makes his way off of turn number 4. Tracy Passion is currently on pole, but Josh Oswald is going to move up to the pole with a 23:59. We saw Christian Dedman show some speed already on his first lap up into the 4th position. Let's see what he's able to do here on his second lap. Off turn number 4 and down to the stripe. Christian Dedman's going to move the 3 machine up to the pole. See Sam Wetstein on track coming down the backstretch. Paul Passons, thanks for, or Stacy Passons, thanks for tuning in here tonight. Saw you in the chat there. Sam comes across the line to take the green flag for his first of 2 laps. And Jesse Nekula has moved up into the 2nd position currently. Now Brandon Wallace and Jim McClendon both knock Nekula down to the 4th spot. Sam comes off of turn number 4, nice and smooth. Move him up into the 8th spot on his first lap. Sam works his way into turn number 3, right down on that yellow line. He's going to come across the line, and he's going to move up into the 4th position. Here comes Zach, who just took his green flag for his second lap. So he makes his way down the backstretch. Let's see where Zach moves up to on his second lap. Sounds like Zach had some trouble getting back to the throttle there as he comes off of turn number 4. Zach is going to move up into 3rd. Garrett Kinder just taking the white flag on his qualifying attempt. Ooh, big wiggle for the 13 coming off of turn number 2. Ooh, Kinder almost catches the wall there and off of turn number 4. And he's only going to be able to muster up a 9th place qualifying attempt. Charlie Elmore sitting on pit road getting ready to start his lap. See if he ends up going out or not. Heard him just fire the truck up, so we'll just have to see if he waits a moment to get out on track, because we do still have just over 5 minutes left of qualifying here tonight. Although it doesn't look like he's moving off the pit road. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight in the Rebels Truck Series. Of course, Whole Heating and Sheet Metal, as you see Charlie Elmore just rolling out on pit road. Whole Heating and Sheet Metal, in memory of Ray Cobb, is a series sponsor. Smeal Racing Designs, Shibu Inu Crypto, Peg Leg Felts, P&J Motorsports, Evil Empire Sim Sport, Thunderstruck Super Series, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Smeal Racing Designs, BK Motorsports, and Silbuski Window Tinting. Everybody who helps make this series what it is, as Charlie Elmore comes across the line to take the green flag. Elmore up into the 13th position on his first lap. Pegleg up to the 12th position on his first lap. Both of these drivers making laps at the same time. Elmore makes his way through turns 3 and 4. It gets really loose off of turn number 4. Able to gather it up, though, hold on to it. And Elmore is going to move up to the 7th position. Pegleg Felts is going to move up to 5th. And it looks like that is all that's out on track right now. We still have just over 3 minutes as Aaron Adcock is now making his way out onto the track. And as Aaron Adcock comes off of turn number 4, takes the green flag for his first of 2 laps here at Iowa. We heard in the first race, there's some big bumps right there. You see Aaron catch those bumps right there. It's going to really upset that truck, make it tough for him to get a good lap on this opening lap. Off of turn 4. See if he's able to improve on his time on his second lap. He's going to move up to the 6th position. Trying to get right down on that yellow line to avoid the bumps through turns 1 and 2. As he makes his way down through turns 3 and 4. Again, right down on the bottom of the track. Pushes up the track just a little bit. Able to keep it off the wall as he comes across the stripe. Aaron Adcock is actually not going to be able to improve his time. Josh Smith just taking the green flag for his attempt. So Aaron Adcock currently up into the 6th position. Off of turn number 4 into the stripe. Josh Smith's going to jump up into the 8th position on his first lap. As he comes across the stripe here. And Josh Smith is going to move up into the 5th position. Steve Loving asked if I can drop the link for race 1. Let's see if I can find that link for you. I do apologize that that hasn't come up just yet. It looks like that's going to do it here. Steve, I do apologize. I don't have access to the processing videos. It should be up momentarily. Usually YouTube does take a little bit of time to process it. I do know it is currently up on Facebook at Intensity Broadcasting on Facebook. And you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch For those of you that don't know, that we are on all 3 platforms every night. As we got about, actually we don't have anything. We got qualifying has concluded. So let's bring up your starting grid, brought to you by BK Motorsports. And your Peg Leg Felts pole award is going to go to the 3 of Christian Dedman, with Brandon Wallace to his outside of row number 1. Row 2 will find the 4 of Zach Wetstein and Jim McClendon in the 18 to his outside. Josh Smith will be rolling off in the 5th position, with Chuck Pegleg Felts rolling off in spot number 6. And Aaron Adcock and Sam Wetstein, they're going to round out row number 4, with Jesse Necula and Charlie Elmore in row number 5. Josh the Jet Oswald rolls off in 11th, with Tracy Parsons to his outside in 12th. Garrett Kinder, surprisingly, way back in the 13th position, with Josh Lokovitz to his outside in 14th. Cody Bohm in the 78, he'll be rolling off 15th, with Tyler Rice in 16th. 17th will be Mike Veith, with Mickey Isaac to his outside in the 01. Brett Grunwald in the 5 will be rolling off from the 19th position, with Mike Uribe in 20th and Gary Wright rounding out the 21st position. So only 21 trucks here tonight. Just because we're short on trucks doesn't mean it's going to be short on action, as Iowa is a short track, and it lends for some great racing here on iRacing. So Chris McLean, we thank you for tuning in and joining us here tonight. Chris winning the first race here in our truck doubleheader. Dominating most of the second half of the race, and just a wild finish there towards the end for second, third, and fourth. So if you haven't checked that out yet, it will be, it is still processing. It will be up in just a few minutes over on the Facebook, the YouTube, and Twitch. So as the field makes their way around here, we're going to be 1 to go to green. As we get ready to do 100 laps here at the tricky Iowa Speedway. Again, very bumpy track. Although it's nice and wide, it allows you to get a lot of different looks. Some people will be running up high. Some people will be running up down low. We do know it is a difficult track to pass on, so we'll see as the tires wear off just how much these drivers really have to start wheeling these trucks. When it comes to wheeling trucks, expect that 13 truck to be in the mix. The pace truck is going to take that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Christian Dedman's going to lead him to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here at Iowa, and a great jump for Christian Dedman, although Brandon Wallace fighting hard up on that high side, trying to get that high momentum, and he's going to get around Dedman and take over the lead going into turn number 3. Zach Wetstein also wasted no time trying to get around the 3 of Christian Dedman. They're going to be side by side off of turn number 4, and Brandon Wallace will lead your first lap here as Zach Wetstein continues to roll that high side, trying to get around the 3 of Dedman. And he's going to slide on by, and a little further back, we've got a gaggle of cars back here. You see the mess that is the mid portion of the pack. Chuck Pegleg Felts has gotten out of this mess, but we see the 884 of Jesse Necula down on the bottom with Charlie Elmore trying to take that position away. A little further up, Jim McClendon and Sam Wetstein are going at it. Glennon way down on the bottom, trying to get around the 98 machine. But again, on these fresh tires, that high lane tends to be the lane of choice. As the yellow flag is out, we've got one around. And as the 20 of Charlie Elmore around on the front stretch, that's going to bring up our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. As we take a look to see what happened to Charlie Elmore here, coming off of turn number 4. Just like we saw earlier in practice, just gets real loose coming off of the corner. Josh the Jet Oswald getting involved. We see Garrett Kinder able to avoid the incident. So the only 2 cars involved were the 20 and the 17. It looks like Elmore is going to be able to catch back up to the field here and hopefully see if he has any damage, he can get that fixed. Up front, though, Brandon Wallace continues the lead, and we'll see if anybody decides to take a trip down pit road here. There goes Oswald down onto pit road, along with Tyler Rice, Gary Wright, Brett Grunwald, and Charlie Elmore all coming down pit road. So a couple drivers maybe doing a little gamble here. Patchy Miller says, "Hey Josh, good to be here with you. Better get them Kinder cows fed and watered." You know, the first race was pretty much a green flag race. We had 2 cautions. One right at the beginning, like we just saw right here in this race, and then another one just before green flag pit stop. So I imagine we're going to see much of the same here tonight. As we look forward to a great night of racing here on Super Bowl Sunday. So as we get ready, next time by, the pace lights on the pace truck will be off. And we'll get ready to go back green flag racing here at Iowa Speedway. Again, no racing tomorrow night, as the Extreme Forces Racing League is taking tomorrow off, being Valentine's Day. We got our truck doubleheader on Tuesday with the Doghouse Racing League taking on Dover, and the SCSRA trucks taking on Chicagoland. So 2 great races on Tuesday night in the trucks. Wednesday, we've got the we've got the SCSRA Xfinity Series. Thursday night, Thunderstruck. Friday night, the Extreme Xfinity Series. Saturday night, the Sunday Cup Series. And Sunday night next week, we'll have the Dirt doubleheader here on Intensity, as these truck drivers will be taking on Knoxville Speedway. So if you like dirt track racing, it will be an awesome one for sure. But here we go. We're getting ready for the pace truck to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Brandon Wallace to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We are back racing as Zach Wetstein is able to get back around Christian Dedman into that second position. Here comes Josh Smith, though, looking to try to make a move on Dedman. And just behind that, we've got Aaron Adcock and Sam Wetstein side by side for 6th and 7th. Josh Lokovitz coming up through the field as well. He's looking to the inside of Pegleg Feltz. And aggressive move for Aaron Adcock. Jumping down to the inside of Sam Wettstein. Kevin Kinder, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you joining us here tonight. As we've got a battle up front here, as Jim McClendon has got Sam Wettstein looking down to the inside. Just got passed by Josh Smith, and McClendon having a little bit of issues on this restart, but able to start marching his way back forward as he's working that little bit higher lane. Ooh, 3 wide racing behind. We got Josh Lokovitz on the bottom. That was Cody Bohm in the middle. Now they've figured it out. Josh Lokovitz and Jesse Neckler side by side. Tracy Passons and Garrett Kinder right back in this mix as well. As Kinder's going to move around the high side of Cody Bohm to move him up into the 12th position. Josh Lokovitz and Jesse Nekula continue to battle side by side. Now Lokovitz down to the low side trying to complete that pass. While that's going on, we had some 3 wide racing for a second between Jim McClendon, Sam Wettstein, and Josh Smith. Side by side continues here as McClendon down on the bottom. Trying to push it in deep to get around Wettstein. As these two continue to battle side by side, and Aaron Adcock right behind, just biding his time, hoping to pounce if one of those drivers in front of him slip up. Just behind Josh Lokovitz, making a tear on this start of the race, up 5 positions from where he started, trying to get around Pegleg Feltz. But that high lane, now the tires are starting to heat up. That high lane is starting to be the preferred line as we see both Chuck and Tracy Passons out there keeping Lokovitz at bay. Now Lokovitz is going to have to slide up as Tracy Passons dives down to the bottom to try to get around the 75 of Pegleg Feltz and pulls a little slide job here. Isn't going to be able to complete the pass. But he's going to try to go at it again. And as we're doing this, we're catching some more traffic. Oh, Pegleg loose, comes down into Tracy Passons there. 3 wide for a moment. Oh, we got one around in the back here. Cody Bohm, no caution, but Cody spun around on the front stretch, able to get back going. As this battle continues here. So Pegleg currently in the 8th position. Tracy Passons 9th. Josh Lokovitz 10th. But here comes Garrett Kinder trying to crack that top 10 and get around Lokovitz. While this is going on, Jim McClendon also in this mix. We take a look here from the blimp. Because there is battles all over the track. Brandon Wallace continuing to stretch his lead over Zach Wettstein. Brandon's lead just over a second and a half as we see some 3 wide racing towards the back here. Pegleg in the middle, Kinder on the high side. Kinder on the low side, Lokovitz on the high side as Lokovitz almost runs into the back of Pegleg there. And McClendon now getting shuffled back. He's going to fall to the clutches of Tracy Passons. Here comes Pegleg now looking down to the inside. So excitement all over the track. These guys probably watched the first race and know that the tires are going to fall off. The racing is going to change as the run goes on. Aaron Adcock looking down to the inside of Sam Wettstein, trying to take over that 5th position. And now Brandon Wallace's lead is starting to shrink as Zach Wetstein is slowly reeling in that 4 machine. Take a look at the lap times of the last few laps. And you see that Zach is starting to close in, actually running quite a bit faster than Brandon Wallace. So, Jonah, we don't need to check Brandon Wallace's fuel for additives. He's just wearing the grip off them tires pretty quickly. Mickey Isaac's starting to make his way up into the field here. Currently in the 13th position. Looking to the back of Jesse Necula. Currently up 5 spots from his starting position. Few drivers with some big moves, 5 spots already. Starting with Tracy Passons, who's trying to get around the 23 of Aaron Adcock. So a couple teammates right there, a couple family members going at it. As Brandon Wallace's lead has now completely shrank as Zach Wetstein looks like he's on the charge. We'll have to check Zach for additives now because he just got Wallace in a hurry, and we see Zach having that connection issue as he's getting around the 99 of Brandon Wallace. So move Brandon Wallace back into the 2nd position. A little further back, Aaron Adcock and Sam Wetstein going at it again. Aaron trying to get around the 98 machine. It looks like he is going to clear the 98 off of turn number 2 to move Adcock up into the top 5. So here comes Tracy and Sam back on that low side. Sam pushes up the track a little bit, almost catches Aaron there, but Aaron's able to hold on. Garrett Kinder now looking underneath the 79 of Josh Lokovitz. Now Lokovitz making a move down below the 18 of McClendon. So lap after lap, we're seeing these drivers. Oh, contact! McClendon gets turned around off of the bumper of Josh Lokovitz. Caution is out. And that's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Doesn't look like there was too much damage done to that 18 machine as we take a look here at the replay. And it looks like Lokovitz maybe just, it looks like he hit the bumps and pushed up the track. Contact wheel to wheel with the 18, sends the rear end up in the air. Able to pretty much keep it off the wall. Catches it with the left front just a little bit. Everybody else was able to avoid. Backs in the wall just a little bit. So not too much damage to that 18 machine. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough to slow him down. And we'll see. Yep, it looks like the entire field is going to come down and take fuel. And I apologize. It looks like this race actually has more laps, 118 laps, as opposed to the 100 laps that we saw in the first race. So the whole field coming down on the pit road. Again, a curved pit road makes it kind of difficult for these guys pitting up at the front. We'll get ready to watch the race off of pit road. Zach Wetstein off first. Dedman second. Josh Smith third. Aaron Adcock. Tracy Passons gets off in 7th. Josh Lokovitz. Garrett Kinder makes up a spot in the 9th. Pegleg Feltz up in the 10th. So see the way they came off of pit road. And the pit stop times. Now, the numbers on the right are not how many spots they gained on this pit stop, but how many spots they've gained since the drop of the green flag. Let's take a look at the chat here. We got Charles Stevens saying, Chucks, he missed the race, but let's go 75. Stacy Adcock says, let's go Aaron 23 and Tracy 53. Charles Stevens also rooting on Brandon Wallace. As the lights are off on the pace truck and we get ready to go back green flag racing. Again, don't forget about the Intensity Broadcasting web store where you can find all your favorite apparel from hats, t-shirts. You've got that nice Truck Cars t-shirt, mugs, stickers, mouse pads. A couple new items added as well, like the Flex Fit hat, as well as your Original Rebels, SCSRA, Thunderstruck, Mayhem Modifies, and Extreme Forces merchandise, all at IntensityBroadcasting.com. And don't forget your one-stop shop for all things Original Rebels at ORRLeague.com. Links for our web store and the Original Rebels League website are down in the description. As the pace cars get ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road, Zach Wetstein's going to lead them back down to the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. And, almost some contact between Christian Dedman and Brandon Wallace. A couple of Reaper Racing guys almost getting together there on the start. And a great start throughout the field. Tracy Passon's already making these new tires do some work. Currently up into the 7th spot. Garrett Kinder's following along as well, as those two trucks are marching their way to the front currently. Mike Uribe having some issues down through the grass off of turn number 4. Able to wrangle that truck up. Great save for the 77. So no caution. There goes Tracy Passon's onto the inside of Josh Smith. Some contact between Chuck and Sam Wetstein. As Tracy now looks down to the inside of Josh Smith. He's going to take that position away, slide up in front of the 47, and now look down to the inside of Aaron Adcock. Passon's up into the 5th position, and he wants more as he's going for the 4th place of Aaron Adcock. Josh Lokovitz stuck up on that high side. Doesn't look like he's very comfortable up there. As here comes Josh Smith on the low side as well. Up front, Zach continues to pull away from the 99 of Brandon Wallace. So Brandon Wallace having a great run here tonight. Up into the 2nd position. Hoping he can keep himself up there most of the night, side by side. Tracy Passons was just looking underneath Aaron Adcock. As they make their way through turns 1 and 2, Passons dives down to the bottom. He pushes up the track a little bit, has to tuck back in behind the 23. As these drivers are both approaching the 3 of Christian Dedman. The only problem with running side by side like this is it eats off these tires. We already heard that Iowa is very tough on tires to begin with. And when you're racing side by side like that and having to pinch down on the bottom, it's just wearing out that right front tire. And as that right front tire wears down, that causes the truck to not turn as well as it did before. What we like to call pushing or getting tight, which means the truck just doesn't want to turn. Although Tracy Passion's now getting around the 23 of Aaron Adcock. So that's going to give him an opportunity to cool off that right front tire. So the harder you pinch down on the bottom, the harder you get pinched down on the bottom, I should say, the more you slide that right front tire and heat it up. Oh, big wiggle out of Josh Lokovitz. He's going to lose a ton of time here. He's got Josh Smith now looking to his outside. So for those of you who don't run on iRacing and really don't understand how the tires work, as the tires heat up, they start to get grip. And that's where the trucks start to really handle well. But if you heat up the tires too much, they just lose all their grip and they start to slide. The air pressures build up and the front of the truck just does not perform the way it did when the tires were where they need to be. So you see Garrett Kinder now down on the bottom. And he's going to slide up. Oh, almost slides up into Sam. We'll move Kinder up into the 8th place. Tyler Rice takes a trip through John Deere country. But again, no caution. So you see Tracy Passion's now all over the back bumper of the 3 of Christian Dedman. And now Brandon Wallace starting to eat into Zach Wetstein's lead here. And unscheduled pit stop, Sam Wetstein is down on pit road. Ratchet Miller says 13 doing work. He is. Kinder up 5 spots up into the 8th position. As we see Brandon Wallace continue to try to put a little pressure here on Zach. I don't know if Zach's just trying to back down his corners to try to save his tires or what. As Garrett Kinder now side by side with Josh Lokovitz trying to take over the 7th position, and Kinder does indeed take over that 7th position. A little further back, Josh Oswald, Cody Bohm. This is a battle for 12th position. Cody down on the bottom. But Josh Oswald getting that big run off the high side. As now Zach Wetstein has the 99 all over the back bumper. As we ride along with Zach. See Brandon Wallace trying to make that high lane work. Just not able to do it just yet. You hear Zach having to blip the throttle a little bit. We see those bumps that I was talking about earlier. You can see just how much travel the front of Brandon Wallace's truck has. Whoops. Whoop, as Zach has that little bit of a connection glitch there. See Brandon Wallace working real hard, trying to drive in deep to try to get around that 4. And make their way off of turn number 4 to complete lap number 52. Tracy Passon's all over the back bumper of Christian Dedman, trying to take over that 3 spot. So Tracy Passon's Aaron Adcock trying to work their way, and Garrett Kinder up into the 6th position. Continue to move forward. Now he's going to look to the inside of the 23 of Adcock. Not quite there with the position just yet. So battle heating up here for Kinder to crack into the top 5. So if Kinder is able to get around Aaron Adcock here, that would put 3 Reaper trucks up in the top 5. Back up front, Zach Wetstein's turned the turbos back on. He's starting to pull back away from Brandon Wallace, although last time by they ran identical lap times. Zach ran a 52, Brandon ran a 51. Christian ran a 58, so our top 3 pretty much running identical lap times. Again, Zach runs another 52. Brandon Wallace with a 59, Christian Dedman with a 69, so very, very consistent lap times from our leaders, as Aaron Adcock has Garrett Kinder looking down to the inside as they come off of turn number 4. Oh, almost some contact between those 2 trucks. Kinder making that low lane work. He's the first driver we've seen tonight really be able to take advantage of that low lane and make passes down there. We saw in the first race drivers just not being able to pass on that low side, and here we see Garrett Kinder. It's taken a few laps, but he is slowly making his way through the field, although Aaron Adcock now slides back in front of the 13 machine. Kinder, though, with the big run off of turn number 2. It's back down to the inside, and see if he throws a little slider here, like we'll see next week at Knoxville, and he will slide up in front of the 23. Now Aaron Adcock's going to take a look down to the inside. Kinder's going to cross over Adcock now, and they're going to be side by side again as they make their way down the backstretch. So these 2 drivers swapping positions, swapping slide jobs lap after lap, as the 77 of Mike Uribe comes up into the picture. And Aaron Adcock has to make his way down low to get around the lap truck. And that lapper didn't do favors to either one of those drivers. Now Kinder's fighting back again down on the bottom. While this has been going on, Brandon Wallace has a mirror full of Christian Dedman, and Tracy Passon's in the mix here as well, as Zach has gotten himself out to over a 1-second lead. So as these 3 trucks make their way off of turn number 4 down into turn number 1. Dedman is able to keep Tracy Passons behind as Aaron Adcock and Garrett Kinder continue to battle for position. And week after week we talk about it, but the 01 of Mickey Isaac quietly making his way up into the top 10 as he's looking to the inside of Josh Lokvitz to take over that 9th position. Mickey Isaac reminds me of Kevin Harvick of old. You really don't talk about him too much. And then all of a sudden he kind of sneaks his way up into the top 10 and then up into the top 5. As this battle up front continues to go at it between Brandon Wallace, Christian Dedman, and Tracy Passons. And Passons looking to make it 3 wide into turn number 1. Dedman gets out of it. Passons looking down to the inside, trying to get 2 for 1 here. Gets around Dedman. Now he's side by side with Brandon Wallace down the backstretch. As they make their way off of turn number 4, these 3 trucks going at it here. With Aaron Adcock right behind. Ooh, Brandon Wallace gets way up into the bumps. Really upsets his truck. That's going to allow Tracy Passons to get a run down the backstretch and into turn number 3. And Passons is going to be able to clear the 99, I think. No, 99 battles back on the high side. Almost gets up into the wall. Now Passons is able to clear the 99 and have that position all to himself. As Brandon Wallace, Brandon Wallace up into the wall. That's going to allow everybody by. Now Aaron Adcock to the back bumper of the 3 of Christian Dedman. With Garrett Kinder now looking down to the low side. Still not able to make anything of it as we ride along with Kinder. Kinder actually doing a lot of turning left tonight as opposed to turning right like we normally see, as he's now got a run here on the 23. Looks up to the high side. And he's going to get right around the 23 of Aaron Adcock. Is Adcock going to take a look back down to the inside? No, he is not. So move Garrett Kinder up a position. As he takes over the 4th position, and now Christian Dedman right in front of him. So Reaper Racing running 3 and 4 as Brandon Wallace has fallen back to the 7th position. Speaking of Christian Dedman, he's going to look down to the inside of Tracy Passons. Those 2 run side by side. And while they run side by side, it's going to allow Garrett Kinder to catch right up to these 2. Anytime you've got drivers racing side by side like this, they cannot run their preferred line. That's going to slow them both down. You see Kinder slowly creeping into the picture here. In that black and white number 13. While this is going on, Zach Wetstein's got himself out to just about a 3.5 second lead over the rest of the field, as Garrett Kinder was thinking about making it 3 wide for a second. He's going to tuck in behind Tracy Passons. Passons now got the battle, or got the run down on the low side to try to get back around Christian Dedman. Now Kinder looking down to the inside of his teammate. We see Aaron Adcock coming back into the fight here as well. A little battle back here. Jim McClendon and Josh Lokovitz going at it. They were just side by side a moment ago, but Lokovitz getting the best of McClendon. Back up front, they're going back at it again as Tracy Passons, gets up into the wall. That's going to allow Deadman to get a good run down the backstretch. Don't think it was enough to hurt the 53 machine, but definitely got up into the wall and killed the momentum of that 53. Let's take a look at the right side as he comes by. Looks like it's pretty much clean, so it looks like that right rear spoiler is bent up just a little bit. But I don't think it's enough to really hurt the handling of that machine. What is going to hurt the handling of that machine is looking in the mirror and seeing that 13 all over the back bumper. Oh, passes up into the wall yet again. Garrett Kinder trying to get back down to that inside, just not able to do it. Now Passon's looking back down to the inside of the 3 of Christian Deadman. And we see the big wiggle there out of the 53 as Garrett Kinder gets right down around the 53 and he sets his sights on his teammate. Almost gets up into the side of the 3. He's going to sneak up in front of the 53 of Passons though. So Kinder making some moves up into the 3rd position. So it was great battle shaping up here for the 2nd position. Right along again with Garrett Kinder as he continues to work the low side. And now Tracy Passon's looking to the inside but not able to quite get there. Kevin says that right rear got to be screaming on the 13, running the bottom. It's not the right rear that I'm worried about running on the bottom like that, but that right front. That right front really getting heated up on that top side. And that makes the truck not want to turn. So as we see Garrett Kinder coming down on the pit road, we got a couple guys coming down on the pit road. We see Christian Deadman, Garrett Kinder, Tracy Passons, Aaron Adcock, Jesse Necula, all down on the pit road. Josh Lokovich, Charlie Elmore also on pit road. So all these drivers trying to short pit here, trying to keep Zach Wetstein. We're trying to catch back up to Zach Wetstein as Zach is just pulling away right now. Makes me wonder when Zach is going to come down and hit pit road. And it looks like Zach is coming down on the pit road now. Able to get it woed down. Oh, one driver right behind. Who was that? That red car there. It was Gary Wright. Almost missing pit road, doing a great job of holding on to it. So that's going to leave Mickey Isaac out on track to take over the lead. As Mickey decides to stay out another lap. Tyler Rice also still out. Brett Grunwald, Pegleg Phelps. So your top four are the only trucks on the lead lap. So your top four are hoping a caution was to come out as Brett Grunwald comes down on the pit road. Mickey Isaac, Tyler Rice, Pegleg all continue to stay out. Oh, Mike Uribe around on the backstretch does not bring out the yellow though. As he resets and tows the truck. So see Mike Veith coming around to get a lap back. Mickey Isaac coming down to pit road this time. We'll have to see if Tyler Rice also makes his way down on the pit road here. So Tyler Rice is going to stay out. And see Josh Lokovitz almost run into the back. See Pegleg also out on track. Yes, it looks like Pegleg has been trading a little bit of paint. So Mickey Isaac on pit road. That's going to leave Tyler Rice and Pegleg out on track, although Pegleg has just been passed by Zach Wettstein. As Tyler continues to stay out on track. So I know Tyler Rice and Pegleg are both teammates. So I'm sure these guys are running a similar strategy, hoping that a caution comes out and it can play into their favor. Oh, I take that back. I think Tyler is not on Pegleg's team, but still running the same strategy out here, hoping for a caution so that they can gain some track position, as we have just 24 laps to go. And last time by, Zach Wettstein was a full second faster than Tyler Rice. So if Tyler was to make it to the end within the next 10 laps, he would get passed, as they are running about a second off each other's pace. How about this? Brandon Wallace. Actually, I was going to say Brandon Wallace up in the second, but now Kinder moves him into what would be second place when Tyler pits. And Kinder slowly running down Zach Wettstein. So Zach, who had a huge lead, a 5-second lead coming into the pit stop, now that lead has been cut down to just about 3 seconds. Tyler Rice surprisingly continues to stay out. You see Tyler Rice getting passed by these trucks that have fresh tires, and you can see just the difference the tires make on this track as Tyler Rice is getting passed like he's going backwards. Now the 78 of Cody Bohm going to get a lap back as well. It's surprising to me that Tyler Rice has stayed out this long. He last pit on lap number 30. So I imagine that that truck is probably getting close to being out of fuel as we ride along. We'll have to listen to hear if he's saving any fuel here. Not really saving fuel like what we heard last week at Homestead, but we can see that blue dot getting bigger and bigger off the back bumper. That is Zach Wetstein closing at about a second a lap. Now Zach is just within a second of the 6 machine, so see just how quickly Zach is catching Tyler Rice. And Zach is going to easily regain the lead here with 15 laps to go. And if Tyler is able to make it to the end here, this is going to be a fantastic finish for him. As he can make this into a top 5 finish by staying out right now. The question is, can Garrett Kinder catch up here? He's currently in third, 2 seconds behind Tyler Rice, and 3 seconds behind Zach Wetstein. Whoops. We do this, we can see the difference in lap times between Kinder and Wetstein. As Kinder is going to be going right on by Tyler Rice. So now Kinder's around Rice. We'll have to see if he is able to run down Zach here. The interval is right around 3 seconds. And as they come across the line this time, we'll have just 10 laps to go. As we watch Garrett Kinder make his way through the field here. Well, we've got a battle a little further back between Christian Dedman and Tyler Rice now. Josh the Jet Oswald sneaking through. Currently a lap down. Brandon Wallace and Aaron Adcock going at it. That's for 7th and 8th. Ratchet said, glad I didn't jinx the caution. Cole would have had something to say about him. And that's usually pretty true. You see Brandon Wallace has Josh Lokovitz looking down to the inside. And here comes McClendon also into the mix here. So a little 3-car battle going on here. As Josh Lokovich, McClendon almost made contact there. McClendon has to escape all the way down to the apron to avoid contact. And yet continues to roll on. And he passes both Lokovich and Brandon Wallace coming off of turn number 2. And now Lokovich up into the wall. That's going to allow McClendon and Brandon Wallace to battle side by side. That's a battle for 8th and 9th. Aaron Adcock has just gotten around Tyler Rice. So Tyler Rice still sitting in 7th place with 5 laps to go. Personally, I think this is a great strategy call for him. Otherwise, he would have been dead in the water, and he was able to hold on and possibly make a top 10 finish out of this, as we have just, again, 5 laps to go. Zach Wetstein all by himself coming off of turn number 4 to make it 4 laps to go. Garrett Kinder, that's what 3.5 seconds looks like. And then another 4 seconds back to Christian Dedman. Jesse Nekula right there as well. Then Tracy Passions running back in 5th. Little battle back here between Charlie Elmore and Josh Smith. This is for 12th. As Elmore is looking down to the inside of Smith. We got a lap truck of Mike Veith, who's going to get down out of the way. Josh Lokovich, Brandon Wallace, Tyler Rice all going for it. Almost some contact between Rice and Lokovich. Brandon Wallace way down on the low side. Oh, contact, Rice! Rice gets turned, and he's able to hold on to it. That was almost the caution with 2 laps to go. That's exactly what Zach did not want to see, as Zach is coming off of turn number 2 with just 2 laps to go. That almost just set up a green-white checker, but as we come off of turn number 4, Zach Westside is going to see the white flag, so the yellow flag is put away. Just 1 more to go. Zach Westside just has to put it in cruise control and not hit anything, and he's going to guarantee himself a win here at Iowa as he comes off of through turns 3 and 4. And to the stripe, Zach Wetstein will be your winner in dominating fashion here at Iowa. Garrett Kinder comes home in 2nd. Christian Dedman will come home in 3rd. As Zach Wetstein is your winner. And before Zach celebrates, let's see if we can get a good view of the fireworks here at Iowa as we see the fireworks in the sky. And Zach celebrates here on the front stretch. Oh, I lost Zach. Looks like Zach got a couple donuts in before getting plowed, as usual. Let's take a look at the results here tonight. With Zach Westside coming home, your winner, Garrett Kinder, Christian Dedman, Jesse Nekula, and Tracy Passage rounding out your top 5. Aaron Adcock comes home in 6th, with Jim McClendon, Josh Lokovitz, Brandon Wallace, and Mickey Isaac rounding out your top 10. Josh Smith will come home in 11th. 12th will be Charlie Elmore. Cody Bohm comes home 13th. Tyler Rice with a 14th place finish. And Brett Grunwald comes home in your top 15. 16th, Josh Oswald. 17th, Gary Wright. 18th, Chuck Pegleg Feltz. 19th, Mike Veith. 20th, Mike Uribe. And Sam Wetstein rounds out the field in 21st. As we get ready for your post-race interviews brought to you by Thunderstruck Super Series. Let's bring in your 3rd place finisher tonight, Christian Dedman. Coach, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, how's it going, man?
Man, great job tonight coming home third. Wild race for the most part. I mean, it's pretty mild as far as cautions go, but a lot of passing, a lot of racing, and you're able to bring it home in third tonight. First off, how did the tires wear off in this race as compared to? I know you were in the first race, but it looked like tires were really wearing off hard in the first race tonight, and not so much in the second race. Is that what it was out there?
Well, for me, I was kind of my idea from the very beginning was just take it easy. I had a feeling that there could be some long runs, and I wanted to make sure if they were that I wasn't falling off there at the end. Uh, so I don't know what it was like for everybody else, but it seemed like Brandon, my teammate, he was out in first there for a while, and he kind of pushed out ahead of me and Zach, and then just fell off. So I'm going to say that tire wear was probably huge for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, that was my next question. Was Brandon Wallace got out to such a huge lead at the beginning of the race and then slid back? Were you conserving your stuff there at the beginning, or were you just or was it just a matter of how the track came to you?
He had a great jump off the start. I was gonna take it easy. I've had too much bad experience with trying to push it a little bit too quick and get a bit of a lead and spinning out and whatnot. And with the kind of luck that I've been having lately, I didn't want that. I wanted to make sure that basically I was in control of my own destiny there. So giving up a spot or two, there at the short run or on the short run didn't really hurt me. I didn't feel like my goal really tonight was top three, and I finally got it. It's about time.
I was gonna say, lucky you've had the last few races. None of your doing, but just not in the right place at the right time. But right place, right time tonight. Coming home in third. Congratulations on that. Anybody you want to thank? Any shots you got to give
Uh,
before I let you go here tonight?
Yeah, give a shout out to my teammates. Big shout out to Garrett Kinder. He's helped me out a lot. Shout out to Kevin and Becky. I know you guys are watching. Love you guys. Thank you all for all the support, and thank you for putting this on, Josh. Appreciate it, man.
Not a problem. And lastly, before we let you go, how do you like your chances next week in Knoxville?
I've never driven Knoxville, so I'm gonna have to put in some work. At the same time, last night in the Cup cars, I think I did 5 practice laps. That was all I've done. So I feel like I'm driving pretty well. Just gonna have to be locked in and clear headed and being patient. That's gonna be the key for me, I think.
For sure, man. Well, again, congrats on the third place finish tonight. And I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon.
I hope so. Thanks, Josh.
As your third place finisher, Christian, the coach, Denman. Let's bring in our second place finisher tonight, Garrett Kinder. Garrett, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Josh, I got you.
Man, what a race. Driving from the back to the front at the beginning. It didn't look like you had a good qualifying attempt. And then you kind of were
No,
stuck
no, I
back.
didn't.
You're kind of stuck back in the back for the first part of the race, but able to drive yourself back up to the front. First off, how'd you do that? Were you just saving there and hoping to get something there at the end, or were you just driving with some aggression there?
A combination, a little bit of both, I guess. Especially on that first run, I was running, quarter throttle, three-quarter throttle. I was hardly ever getting all the way into the gas, just two by two in front of you. If you go three wide here, it's a death wish. So, you got to kind of wait for the guys in front of you to clear out, and then you got to pick and choose about when you're going to go. And hopefully, everybody behind you understands the pecking order and kind of how things need to work if you're going to make passes on people. So, a lot of it was just playing the patience game and figuring out how people were going to race me. And then after that, get halfway into a run and you can kind of start hammering down. I tried that bottom line quite a bit tonight. Got it to work a few times through a I apologize to Tracy Passed again. Threw a pretty nasty slider on him for P3, and he checked up quite a bit. I was catching all the way up to the fence, and he checked up and gave me some room. So big shout out to Tracy. Man, it was fun race. I was a good time. The setup was still just a little tight for my liking. Wish I could have drove it off that right rear just a touch more, but pretty fun.
For sure, and it looked like you. Every time we got on board, you were actually turning the truck to the left, which is unlike you. But
It's uncharacteristic of me. I know. I'm
very,
sorry.
very uncharacteristic. And Kevin actually came on and said you were burning off that right rear, running that
And
low side. I had to explain to him that you're actually burning off the right front, running down on that low side like that. So, how was the tire wear out there? I know a lot of people were complaining about it in the first race. How did you feel the tire wear was during the race here tonight?
It wasn't too bad, especially if you're kind of running around in line. It's not that big a deal. You start really pushing, trying to make passes on people. There was times I would be running side by side with somebody for 4 or 5 laps trying to complete a pass. You can really get the heat built up doing that and pushing hard. But overall, Tyler wasn't just huge as long as played a little bit of conservation, didn't just, trying to run a Q lap every single lap. It was pretty good.
Well, before we get into the post race stuff or the thank yous and everything, how do you like your chances of sweeping next week at Knoxville?
Well, I know Outlaws are running Knoxville and Rebels gonna be running Eldora. So, man,
My mistake.
there's guys in both of the series that I would classify as a little bit dirt ringers. I'm looking over here and Tracy's fast just by the thing you put him in. Zach, you give him enough time and he'll figure out dirt in no time. And I know a lot of guys have been putting in a lot of practice on this dirt. I think it's kind of got them worried a little bit. And over in Outlaws, man, you're looking at people like Eric Burkhalter, Todd Schott, guys like that are just going to be an absolute menace on dirt. And so I look forward to getting over there and cutting it up with those guys. We've run a few practices and stuff, and we've been throwing sliders back and forth on each other and putting on a good show. So hopefully I can pull that off. And as far as sweeping, I'm not so much concerned with it. I just want to get up there and have a good time, man. I love racing some dirt, love hanging it out sideways, and just doing a little bit of praying.
Well, I apologize. I didn't realize the two races were going to be at different tracks, but I'm looking forward to calling the dirt racing next week. And before I let you go, who you got to thank, who you got to shout out here tonight?
Well, of course, I'll go through my list like you said before. First, got to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch. I can't speak enough for family. They've been texting me. Ratchet's been texting me. Everybody's, blowing my phone up after the race saying, way to pick them off, way to go 1-to-1, just one by one all the way up the field. Good job. So big shout out to both Kinder Farm and Ranch and Ratchet Speed Shop. Love having both of them on board. Big freaking Cross 5 cattle coolers. If you want to keep your stuff hot and keep your stuff cold for cheaper and longer than anybody else, make sure you check out Big Freak and Cross 5 at bigfreak.com. Wolfpack Racing and Ray Page over there. He's not in the race tonight. Don't know where he's at, but just a great guy. I say it to you every time I talk to you. He's a great guy. If you haven't talked to him, just do yourself a favor and go do it. Of course, got to thank my teammates over at Reaper Racing. Put a little bit of show tonight. Me and Coach finishing top 3. I know Brandon was running up front quite a bit tonight. I don't think Griff ever returned a lap, and I don't think Kyle was in the race tonight. So, overall, pretty good team showing here. Everybody in the top 10, so I can't complain about that one bit. I got to thank Hall Heating and Sheet Metal for being the primary sponsor of the series. Of course, we're all doing this. Ray Cobb's up in our thoughts and our prayers. His family is a racer that was with us for a while that passed, unfortunately. Smeal Racing Design, Shiba Inu Crypto, and then, of course, all of we call them our optional sponsors, but if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be doing near as much as we're doing. So, of course, y'all over at Intensity Peg Leg Felts for the Pole Award, P&J Motorsports, I think they're the Hard Luck Award, Evil Empire for Hard Charger, Thunderstruck Super Series for the post race, Kinder Farm and Ranch for the Record Rewind, Smeal Racing Designs for the best paint of the night. I still can't remember what B&K Motorsports sponsors. I think I had this problem last week, and of course we're also going to thank Cebulski Window Tinting. It's a pretty phenomenal series to run over here, and I look forward to running back and get a little dirty next week.
Yeah, well, B&K Motorsports sponsors the grid. And
there you go.
And the Evil Empire SimSport Hard Charger Award actually goes to the 13 tonight. So up 11 spots from start tight. So congrats on the Hard Charger Award as well. And
I take it.
Yeah, for sure. And we look forward to watching the doubleheader next week. And
all right, man. Hopefully we can put on a show for y'all. It's give us a little bit of slack. This is we're primarily an asphalt oval. This will be the first time, I think, league-wise, except for on Tuesday nights, that we've run any dirt stuff. So, man, check out, just about everything. I think the ARCA cars that we run on Friday nights, the Cup cars on Saturday nights, and both truck series all running different dirt tracks. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fun weekend. Just get out there and watch and over here on Intensity, and, of course, on the Rebels Racing Network, and have a good time with us. That's what it's all about for us. If y'all are having fun, we're having fun.
For sure, and I know I had fun, and I will be having a lot of fun next week, so hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
All right, we'll see.
There you have it. Garrett Kinder coming home in second. Now let's talk to Zach Wettstein. Your winner tonight. Zach, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, great job with the win tonight. We got a little worried earlier in the race when Brandon Wallace just pulled away from you, and but you're able to reel him back in. It looks like he burnt off his tires pretty quickly. Is that kind of what you're doing in the first part of the race there, was just conserving your tires there and hoping that long green flag run will happen?
Oh man, I always kind of use the first run of these races to when we get them, kind of learn the truck. And so thankfully I was able to get the money line immediately tonight, and about 15, 20 laps in that run, the bottom was really working, and he was running that high line in 1 and 2 and really pushing it. So thankfully that worked out, because that first run kind of set up the rest of the race for me, and how I was able to kind of wrap that bottom in 1 and 2 to save the right front.
Yeah, you really dominated here tonight. Had a huge lead. You had a really big lead going into the green flag pit stops. And then when you came out, Garrett Kinder was within 2 seconds of you. Did you have a bad pit stop? I didn't catch the pit stop time there.
No, I pit a lap after him, which I don't know if that really did anything, but I was just conservative in. A couple, 2 or 3 weeks ago in the Xfinity race, I missed pit road and ended up working out, but that doesn't work out every time, and it wouldn't have tonight. So I was just conservative in, made sure that I, didn't spin out or anything. So he was probably more aggressive in the pit road than I was, which shout out to him, and because he's always able to do that, and that's definitely a skill. But I wasn't going to lose this race on pit road. I'd have rather had a 2 second lead than a 3.5 second lead than risk wrecking on the pit road.
Yeah, I do remember that Xfinity race quite well. I believe I called that one. But man, great job here tonight. I know the caution had to be in the back of your mind there about a late race caution coming out. Were you thinking about that as the race was coming out to the end?
Oh yeah, I was thinking I was going to take two if it did come out. Well, depending on when it came out. If it came out, with 15, 20 laps to go, then I was going to take two, because the left sides after a really long run were at 98. But thankfully it didn't come out, because I think Kinder and Coach had better short run speed. You saw Coach earlier in the race; he was sticking to my back bumper basically. Until we got into the meaty part of that long run, and so I'm thankful it didn't come out. And speaking of Coach, he was trying to come up here and mess with Kinder a little bit, but you're the great broadcaster you are. You shut that down quick.
I didn't realize that was going on, but
No, you're good, dude.
but yeah, if you go back and watch this race with 2 laps to go, you'll see how close you almost had a green white checker there. So
Yeah, I heard somebody say "nice save, Tyler Rice." I think, and not to call him out or anything, but I think somebody said that. So I don't know if that's what it was, but I think I heard that situation going on.
well, Tyler didn't do it on his own. He definitely had some help there, and
Gotcha.
it was. I thought we were going to have a yellow there, set up a green white checker, but fortunately for you, it didn't come out, and you were able to dominate this race. So before we let you go, anybody you want to shout out, any thanks you got to give here tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Hall Heating and Sheet Metal for being the primary sponsor of this series. Ray Cobb, Smell Racing Designs, Shibu Inu Crypto, Intensity Broadcasting, you for broadcasting, especially on Super Bowl weekend, which, I'm not sure how much you are into football. I know you're into football enough to trash my Colts when I wear that paint scheme, but for doing back-to-back broadcasts during the Super Bowl, shout out to you for that. Peg Leg Felts, P&J Motorsports, Thunderstruck, Josh Oswald, those guys that run that. Kinder Farm and Ranch, my parents, and I guess T. Rice for saving his truck there at the end.
For sure. I am a football fan. I'm a diehard football fan. I'm a Cowboys fan first and a football fan second. So it kind of hurt me a little bit.
Oh man,
it kind of hurt me to be out here calling these races, but I did DVR it, so I will be going back. And I did watch the halftime show between races, so that which was phenomenal. And anybody who was born between 1975 and 2000 definitely appreciated that halftime show for sure. Also, Zach, I just want to throw this out there. Justin Engel gave you a congrats in the Facebook chat. Said he was wishing he was there to compete against you guys, even if you finished last. He misses racing with you guys, and hopefully he'll be back one day.
well, I appreciate it, Justin. Looking forward to you being back out here, man. Or if I'm not sure, let's see. Oh, you left. Okay. Well, I appreciate it, Justin. Shout out to you, man. We miss having you out here in these races.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats. And how do you like your chances on dirt next week?
Hopefully I'll be there. Kinder's gonna whip all of us, and that is not saying anything about anybody else at all. But we all know how good Kinder is on dirt. So hopefully the Daytona 500 doesn't get delayed or anything, causing me to miss that. But if I'm there, I'm looking forward to it. It's a really tough track and car combination. But that's also kind of what makes it fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
And Justin did give you the thanks bud back on the Facebook chat. So just wanted to pass that word along to you as well.
I appreciate it.
Well, again, congrats, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
So there you have it. Your winner tonight, Zach Wetstein, coming home with the win, dominating the second half of this race. I do want to give the Hard Luck Award. That's going to have to go to Zach's father, Sam. I'm not really sure what happened. Sam, looks like he might have had some technical difficulties. He had to pit early, fell back, and finished last. So tough break for Sam. 2 weeks in a row having some issues that put him towards the back of the field. Again, we want to thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Again, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch. Follow us on Twitter at Intensity Broad 1. Atlee likes to throw up chats and polls here and there. Also likes to interact, and you get to know whenever we go live 7 nights a week here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget the Original Rebels Racing League website at orrleague.com. Description below in the comments. Also, check out our web store, intensitybroadcasting.com, where you can find swag from Intensity Broadcasting and all your favorite leagues here on Intensity Broadcasting. And as our boy Atlee, Atman Weiss would say, over and out.